3D Rising is here on the campus of Mount St. Mary's in Emmitsburg, Maryland for the FLG and 3D Fall Tournament. And we're here with Jason Donville, who is a coach with the Edge Lacrosse program out of Ontario, Canada. He's here coaching the Edge 2017 squad. Coach, tell us a little bit about how important this time period is, November, the fall recruiting scene, how important that is for kids out of Canada and getting an opportunity to come down to the States and get a chance to play in front of college recruiters.
Yeah, for us in Canada, it's really important because when the spring season is going on, the high school players are playing down here. The NCAA scouts really can't travel too far afield, so they're really watching local kids. So the kids that are coming down here from Canada are traveling 7 or 8 hours, and really they can't showcase their skills in the spring. They also can't play in U.S. high school events. So the summertime and the month of November, which is we call fall ball, those are the two critical times for Canadians to showcase their talent. So a tournament like this one is actually really important for us.
And in the United States, it's accelerated so quickly. We're seeing kids in the 2018 class commit. I guess compare or contrast, or both, the way that it happens for Canadians compared to how it does for Americans.
It's pretty similar, but I've been doing this for a while now, and I have an older son who's in the NCAA, and I would say that since his time, that the recruiting has accelerated by 12 to 18 months. So that when the average kid was being recruited 7 or 8 years ago when my older son was going through, nowadays they're coming at the kids at least a year, if not a year and a half earlier. And I think that's difficult because some of the kids aren't ready to have those discussions. They don't really know where their direction is in life. I'd love to see it go the other way. I'd like to see kids getting recruited later, and if there's any way to lift the line, and so the kids are getting more recruited in grade 11 or 12 instead of in grade 10 or 9, I'd be a big proponent of that. I think it's tough for everybody by pushing it earlier, but I don't know what can be done about it.
Tell us a little bit about maybe what's lost in the conversation about Canadian recruits. We hear so much about the offensive side of things, but it sounds like you might have a little insight into maybe the defensive side of things.
Yeah, the stereotype on the Canadians is that they've got great lacrosse hands because of the box lacrosse, and they've got a wonderful touch around the net, and I think that's true. I don't think that I would say anything to discourage that, but I think there is a tendency to rate Canadian lacrosse on that basis. But if you go back and look at the last World Championships in Denver, where Canada limited the U.S. Dream Team to 5 goals, and you go back to the last 2 or 3 World Championships, as well as looking at the NCAA, there's a lot of outstanding Canadian long poles, LSMs, and goalies. And I think when we come down here and we talk to NCAA coaches, they're really interested in our offensive players, and it takes a while to get them to look at our long poles and our LSMs and our goalies. And these kids are terrific lacrosse players. They really are. They have wonderful hands. They're big, athletic kids. So I think if an NCAA coach is looking for hidden gold amongst the Canadians, the offense is getting all the attention, but there's some superb long poles, LSMs, and goalies that nobody's looking at. And you know, we've had the all-world goalie at the last 4 World Championships in a row, and a couple of the Canadian goalies that are down here are absolutely outstanding, and yet they're getting relatively little attention, whereas an average Canadian attack is getting all kinds of attention. So I think give the defensive side of center more attention, and you'll as a potential coach or recruit, you'll find some outstanding talent in Canada on the defensive side of center.
Jason, thanks so much for your time. Great insight.
Oh, thank you, Casey.